Now, I don't know how much of what's going to get anywhere, if at all. So I'm just going to use this video to kind of make my points. Kind of just lay everything that I've talked about in the last 3 videos out there. Or might even go on after this. I don't know. Depends on how much I have to say. Being a juggalo is just as much diverse as being a human being in general. There's all sorts of different types. Um, they usually will hang out in certain cliques and shit. I see two main like forms. You got like old generation and the new generation. New generation seems to be more veiny and seen than anything, which the newer generations like that period. They like to be seen and popular and fit in and all this. So they're good, easy to recognize. They got like hundreds of freaking dollars, allowance and buying everything they can right off the shelves right when it gets there. And then the old school that just kind of waits for all the crazies to clear before they can just casually do what they're born to do. I find myself a lot more laid back than a lot of people. Like I said, it could be because I've just been in it so long that I've just become one with it, and just all of the experience just absorbed into this one being that I am now. I don't feel the need to rep. I really don't, because I am who I am. Nothing's going to change that, no matter what shirt I wear, what music I listen to, or how many hatchet mans I have hanging from my neck. That ain't nothing but status. That's, I guess, what it seems like. The more the more rep you put out, the more merch you have, the cooler you are. I don't know. That's almost borderline douchebag. Definition, I guess, a douchebag. People with like pop collars, pink undershirts, hats that are tilted to the side. It's always with a fucking smirk, thinking they're bigger than shit. It's douchebag. I guess I've realized the older everyone starts to get, though, the more open-minded everyone seems to get about, well, what is, this thing that I feel? What is this life that I lead? And what does it really mean to me? Might be a few years, guys, for the rest of you to actually start absorbing everything in life. I still have a ways to go as far as absorbing what my life holds, rendering it into some kind of recognizable vision of where I'd like it to lead. Hating, I see, is not one way, and okay, we can go ahead and talk about, since everyone else seems to kind of wanted to be like a stick out from the crowd, because I'm my own person, so I'm not going to follow a crowd. But let's speak for a moment against the Juggalo Holocaust, since it is this big hoopla. Um, People that are sitting there killing other people because of their beliefs, that's just plain fucking stupid. I'm against that. Of course I'm going to be. I'm against anybody killing someone for stupid reasons. That's why I'm against this war. But as far as them protesting and stuff outside concerts and shit like that, that's their right. I'm sorry. Whether you like it or not, that's their constitutional right. Every single one of us has a right to go and protest. A lot of people are too scared to do it, but yeah, you can even get a big old group of people together if you get a permit, and permits really aren't hard to come by. because it is a constitutional right to, you have a right to assembly. And as long as it's a peaceful assembly, like a protest like they're doing, they might, yell and scream, but they're holding signs across the street and they're not really doing much, They're protesting the shit because they don't like it and they see a problem with it. That's their fucking opinion. They do have a right to protest. I understand you guys are really upset about this, really pissed about this, but you can do the exact same thing. Find out what bands and shit they like. If you don't like this shit, you guys have the right to fucking stand up and protest too. Just because you're juggalo don't make you any difference. You still have the same constitutional rights. You don't have to, whine about it. You don't have to bitch about it. You don't gotta sit there and just like lash out about it. Why do you think we get a bad name? People want to lash out too much. No one fucking uses their brain anymore. If you find something that you disagree with, go up to your local courthouse. You can get first of all you can get a petition set up too. You can go up, write up something. Hey, we're upset about this. We do not believe that this should happen. Blah blah blah. Would you like to sign our petition? You get so many names on there. You go up to the courthouse. You get a permit for an assembly, like a protest. You call the people on the list and shit. Say when it's going to be. You guys set up a time and date. You get that on your permit and stuff for it. You guys gather together in the morning and stuff. Have some coffee, some donuts, some shit like that to get everyone woken up and ready for the day. As the shit starts getting underway, you guys have your signs made up, shirts and stuff in a way that people are actually going to look and actually want to know what you're protesting. If you're all up the wall or doing riots, yes, you're going to get media publicity, but you're going to be seen as a bad apple. You honestly are. If you're going to protest, do it right. Like I said, after you get your permit, and if there's a lot of you and shit starts even getting out of hand, control the shit. Cops come up there will be cops. They will be called. You will get, media is going to end up coming up there to see what's going on. If you're doing shit right, cops are going to come there. You show the permit. Be like, hey, we have the right, but nothing's getting out of hand. They might ask you to move to this area or this area, but stay close within your proximity. And you also have the right to say no. Just don't let shit get out of hand. And trust me, a lot more people will pay attention if you actually get them to pay attention rather than try and get them on this anger fit. And all this fighting that's going back and forth, and they're protesting peacefully. Now shit does sometimes get out of hand. But that's their right, and that's your right too. In fact, you have the right to go protest their protest. You can protest another person's protest. Same thing applies. It's alright. Y'all need to learn how to use it. See, there's a lot of us that kind of hang out in the background, live our life, and do our thing. And then there's people that just love to be put into the center of attention. And it's these people that are in the center of attention. I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just saying just watch how you conduct yourself, because there's a lot of people watching. And you kind of, the main people, big names, celebs, and even us YouTubers, the way we conduct ourselves, just it can either add fuel to the fire or bring around a light that no one knows. Point is just whether you care or not what people think about you, which you shouldn't really care what people think about you. But bad examples of people can cause a stereotype. It's kind of, don't let, one bad apple ruin the bunch and shit. Good apples, bad apples. Like I said, everyone's different. Everyone has their own mind, and like I said, I speak my mind freely many times. about a lot of stuff because there's a lot going on in this world rather than this little corner that a lot of us like to sit in, staring at the corner instead of looking out into the room. It's one of the worst mistakes a person can make.